a little motivation for you, a little motivation for you, a little motivation for you, a little motivation for you.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's your girl Tiffany, and we are back with Tips Tuesdays live rehashed. Another Tuesday for more inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. And y'all, we are nearing the end of season 7. It's been such a wonderful season, and as I've been saying all season, it's been getting gooder and gooder. So, tonight we have a special guest with us, and I'm so excited because this special guest is family. Usually, every season, I have some kind of family on the show. It's been a couple, I'm trying to think, in season 6 and 5, I don't think I did. But I always try to get some family in on these seasons of Tips Tuesdays live rehashed. And if you are tuning in right now, go ahead, share the show. And we are about to get started. When we see if she's ready. So we are going to bring to the stage none other than, yeah, she gets the family introduction. My cousin, Kanika Rosborough McIntyre.
Hey family, hey family.
How are you this evening?
I'm doing amazing, and thank you so much for even considering me for your show. This is definitely an honor, and I love you.
Yes, well, it's an honor to have you on my show because I'm the little cousin, you're the big cousin. So, and growing up, you were one of the people that I admire. So, it is an
Wow.
honor for you to be on the show, and I'm just excited to see where the discussion is going to go. We always have fun on here. Look, Caitlin already in the comments. Hey,
Hey,
cuz.
Gus.
Yes, yes. So I'm so excited. Once again, if you're just tuning in, this is Tips Tuesdays live rehashed, a spinoff of the audio podcast Tips Tuesdays, where we give inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. On this show, we bring in special guests to give different perspective on the same inspirational topics that we do on the audio podcast. So I'm always excited to bring my guests in and have the conversations, whether they be the hard conversations, whether they be motivational conversations. It's always so good, and I'm always looking forward to Tuesdays. Why? Because we live for Tuesdays. So, y'all, but funny story. I've been doing a lot of podcasts in the last like 2 months, and today I just forgot it was Tuesday. I said, how I'm gonna forget it's Tuesday, the day that I be waiting for every week. But I've been doing so much podcasts and doing other interviews on different days and stuff. So, and doing other podcast interviews on other people's podcasts. So it's been a good busy, but I forgot today was Tuesday, y'all. I woke up this morning, I was like, oh, I gotta do my episode. So welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome. I see y'all are already in there in the comments. Once again, we it goes down in the comments. So y'all make sure that y'all are interactive in the comments. Let's see what we got. Nene said hello.
Hello, hello.
Eleanor, hey family, hey.
That's my rider right there.
There you go, there you go. Look, she gonna be texting me tomorrow. Cousin, what you doing?
Yes, for sure.
When you come to Hot Springs? Oh Lord. But no, we're gonna get right into things. And at this time, make sure you're sharing this show. I'm gonna slow down on my talking because I've been getting tongue tied here lately. But we are gonna get started with the announcements. Announcement time. It's announcement time. It's time for those announcements. Announcement time. It's announcement time. It's time for those announcements. All right, make sure that y'all are streaming my music on everything that you can listen to music on: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all of those things. Whenever you're posting your post, use my music. There's always something there that you can use. So stream everything, Tiffany. Also, if you still bump CDs, I got CDs for sale. My latest EP, Same Old Praise, which includes Walk by Faith, Without You, Like You, and self entitled Same Old Praise. So here's a little snippet. You've been going through some things, been through heartaches and pains. You gotta know that God is there through the fire and the rain. You've gotta keep your head up when life gets tough. You've gotta keep your head up. Don't give up. You should walk by faith and not by sight. You make me more like you. Make me more like you. I don't wanna sing just a pretty song. Everything I do for you, I wanna please you, Lord. But show me how to be more like you, talk like you, Lord. And show me how to love young people so unconditional. I wanna walk like you, talk like you, love like you. Lord, I just wanna be like you. I wanna walk like you, talk like you, love like you. Lord, I just wanna be like you. I can't give him the same old praise that I did yesterday. He keeps on blessing me. He woke me up this morning when I started me on my way. Gotta give him some praise. I can't give him the same old praise that I. Another episode always releases on Tuesdays. I think I just said Wednesday. Uh, every Tuesday, an episode releases on the podcast. So subscribe, like, share, and follow Tips Tuesdays. All right, because why? We live for Tuesdays for that inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. Also, next this coming Saturday, I will be at In His Presence Worship Ministries for the Glory Worship Experience when worshipers gather. So if you have nothing to do, come on out. This starts at 9:30, and that is in Little Rock, Arkansas. So y'all come on out and check out the Glory Worship Experience at In His Presence Worship Ministries. Also, August 22nd and 23rd, you'll hear a little bit more about this here soon, which you've been hearing about for the last like month or two. August 22nd and 23rd is the Music Love Awards. If you would like to get your tickets, there's the information right there. If you would like to support, there's also information on there for the musicloveawards.com. Again, we'll talk about that here again in a minute. Also, we got some new merch coming soon, so y'all be on alert, on the edge of your seats for this merch coming soon for you to be able to support the podcast. Because in the famous words of Crystal, podcasting ain't free. So there you go. Also, you need banners, you need flyers, event programs. Sometimes we don't have time to do these things. Just because we can do them doesn't mean that we have time to do it. I'm that person for you to hit up. Tiff Promotions, taking the busy out of your business. Hit me up for your content creation, your promotional needs. All right. And last but not least, I have been nominated. The podcast has been nominated, y'all, for Podcast of the Year. Also, I've been nominated for Musician of the Year and Female Vocalist of the Year. So go to musicalawards.com and vote, vote, vote. If you cannot remember that website, go to everythingtiffany.com and you will be able to see the voting link there. Also, I don't know how I skipped over this, but check out the Riff and Rev page. You'll be hearing more things going on here soon. This this Sunday at 4 o'clock at Restoration House of Praise, Conway, Arkansas. We will be having praise on the stage. So if you have nothing to do, come on out and get your praise on with Riff and Rev.
I'm Riff,
And I'm Rev.
and this is the Riff and Rev Show.
And Rev. And
And this is the Riff and Rev Show.
All right, so those are your announcements for the night. We are about to get started back up with the show. Let me go over to the comments real quick. Remember, share this show with somebody. Oh, of course, I'm glad you tagged her. All right. So we are going to get started with an inspirational scripture that you go to. What is an inspirational scripture that is your go-to when needing to be motivated?
To be motivated? Oh, it's my favorite. It's Ephesians. God does exceedingly abundantly above all we can ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. And that's something we say every day, every Sunday at church. And we end it by saying we go forward, we go forward, we go forward in Jesus' name. So it's just always something in my heart that, as long as I have God there, and He's going to take care of all the provisions as long as I'm obedient and consistent. And so that's my go-to. So
Key word, as long as you're obedient and consistent.
there you go.
So, some people just think, they entitled.
No,
And it's like, no, you gotta do something for this. Yes.
God is not a slot machine, so no.
Yes, Lord. So, okay, and you said that was Ephesians.
Ephesians 6, and I don't want to get it wrong. You guys say, look at you.
So just say Ephesians 6. There we go. Hey, look. I always like asking everybody's inspirational scriptures because it helps us to help each other go on, and you never know whose scripture might help somebody during the week. So I always ask that question. All right. So Ephesians 6. We've been getting a lot of Ephesians, Jeremiah, and it's one other scripture that everybody like automatically goes to. So I'll that's always the interesting question for me.
Really? Okay.
All right. We are going to first learn a little bit more about you. I want you to tell them about what you do and what you got going on, where they can find you, anything like that.
Okay, so first of all, I'm Kanika Rossborough McIntyre. I am the proud mom and owner of Melanated Princess. We're a lifestyle brand created to celebrate, inspire, and empower girls and women of color to embrace their reign. My faith is the foundation of everything. It fuels the vision, the groundwork, and it helps keep the crown steady. And so, through affirmations in our designs and impactful designs and a strong sense of purpose, we aim to remind our young princes and queens from our youngest, as little as 4, all the way up to our seasoned women, that royalty runs deep and God makes no mistakes. And so, we're here to kind of uplift, encourage, and hopefully leave you feeling inspired, and as well as what we call it's a luxury empowerment apparel. And so, we take great pains in making sure that the quality of the material and things that we have is spot on for our young ladies and women. And so, what we've been doing, we've been doing quite a bit. God has just opened up amazing doors for us. I've only been in business um, for a little over a year. We actually, correction, let me say that we started back in October. The vision started back in October in 23, but we officially launched last year in April, around 2025, 24. And so from that launch to now, we've done New York Fashion Week. And we've just recently done Essence Festival, which was amazing, and met some brilliant people and some great customers and patrons, and was able to spread the message of Melanated Princess. And so now we're looking forward to our next events, as well as just continuing to just get the brand out there. And then there's some other great big things happening in the fall, and hopefully new releases as well. So that's what's been going on with us.
That is wonderful, wonderful. Like you said, it hasn't been a long time, but when it's time, those
Yes,
doors are open and you walking through them.
trying
And
to
like
be
I said at
obedient.
the beginning, I admire. Hey, that's what's up. It's good to see family doing something and touching lives and things like that. So kudos to you for me, and keep pressing, keep going, and know that somebody is watching you, and that somebody is me.
Well, I appreciate it. Well, I
That
say
somebody is me.
it's a as you all know, when we work and when we grind, we just have to we're hopeful that we got the people supporting and holding our arms up when we need it and praying for us and keeping us covered as we continue to move forward. So my intent is always is this is not this has never been for me. It's always been something for the young ladies that I work with and for my family. um, and so if I could leave that piece, is that it's not about me, it's about someone else, and hopefully opening the doors for other people. And that's my goal and purpose.
That's wonderful, because I always say that the things that we do is not for us; it's for somebody else. You may think in the moment that it's something I want to do and it's for me, but in all reality, the overall thing is that it's for somebody else. So we have to keep that in mind when doing our purpose, so that we don't lose sight of what our why is.
You're right.
So,
Absolutely.
yes, yes. Okay, so one more time, I'm going to say for the people that are getting on, remember to share, share, share the show. We don't hoard this inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. Um, Inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. I felt like I said that wrong. Um, we don't hoard this. Share, share, share the show. Stay in those comments with the comments, because I am looking at them. Last week I had y'all to like the episode, share the episode, and to tag the podcast. Now, I don't know how those directions went over, but I did see at least one person share it, and they tagged me on it. So that one person that I did see, and maybe I'm wrong, I have to have my people go in and search it and see. But the person that I did see is, you don't count, Crystal. You don't count. Uh, she the assistant. She don't count. She don't count. I know she gonna share that. Poor thing, she's just eliminated from all competitions.
Oh, wow.
No, the one person I did see outside of Crystal was, I seen Miss Sandra. She tagged the page. She didn't tag the page, she tagged me. So I did see her. So you will be getting one of the raffles gifts from Miss Queena at New Style Fit. So I will be getting with you in your inbox, and you'll be getting the one for this week. Okay, so that's that. And remember, y'all, I've been nominated for the Music Love Awards, and the podcast is one of the awards for the podcast of the year, musician of the year, and female vocalist of the year. Go vote, vote, vote. Voting is still going on until the 31st, and it is unlimited. Now, when I say it's unlimited, I don't mean like vote once a day. I mean like vote multiple times in the day. Vote multiple times in the day. And you have until the 31st. I believe it's until like 11:59 that night. So vote, vote, vote. Go to everythingtiffany.com and you can find the link there. Okay. So if you forget, you just go to everythingtiffany.com and vote, vote, vote. All right, we are going to get into the topics tonight. There you go. There you go. There's the voting link. All that good stuff. All right. Yes, Miss Sandra, you are the winner. Come on, winner me. Yes. So again, now we're gonna do this again next week. Next week is the last episode of Tips Tips Tuesdays for season 7. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna share this episode right here. When you share that episode, you're gonna tag Tips Tips Tuesdays, the podcast page on Facebook. Tag that page, and that qualifies you for the raffle. Okay. I'll say those instructions later on. All right, here we go. We are going to go to our wheel and get some topics to talk about tonight.
Get myself ready.
Get yourself ready. All right, here we go. Ooh, yes, I was hoping we was gonna get this one.
It doesn't matter.
The hush of the matter. I'm gonna see where you take it, and then we'll go from there. The hush of the matter, just whatever comes to the top of your head. There will be some inspirational words about the hush of the matter.
I don't know. Give me a little bit more.
Okay, I can give you a little more. So it's funny because I was really hoping that we got this topic tonight, because I don't know what they was talking about, but my husband was on the game and he was talking to somebody about something about not telling the things that go on in your family. Like
Oh,
some things you should share.
yes.
Some things, some struggles in life, we are struggling because somebody hasn't told us that, hey, well, grandma went through that, and she actually made it through it. But people don't want to talk about things because they don't want everybody in business and things like that. But it's like the things that we go through can help somebody else in our family. You need to know family history when it comes to
Yeah.
your health and things like that.
Right.
We try to keep things so hush hush. Well, don't tell nobody, but I gotta take such and such to go get a little procedure. Well, what's the procedure? I want to know. Is this something that I need to look for? On down in my life. Things like that when it comes to health. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's a little bit of what I automatically think when I said the hush shouldn't matter.
Hush shouldn't matter. No, I
Mhm.
mean I agree with you. I think
Yes.
it's particularly in our community we have a history of you know what happens in the house stays in the house, and it's it could be and it has been to our detriment. And so I think what I love about this younger generations, even though they do have some flaws, is that they're open to having these discussions, whether it's about mental health, whether it's about, their uncomfortability in any situation. They're just open to having those conversations. And I love that about the new generation. And even just working on my own mental health and my own just, um, well, I like to call it the evolution of who we are, because we're never the same. And if we are, then there's something problematic with that. And just being open to having tough conversations. I think I've had a lot of those with various family members, even within my own household, with my son, etc. And at this point, nothing should be off topic, right? And that's for the protection. And one thing I can remember very distinctly when it came to my son, and we don't like to talk about things in regards to like sexual assault and things of that nature when it comes to children and things that happen in the house. I was very adamant about him not keeping secrets, and that was something. I'm divorced now, but him and his dad and I was very adamant about. We don't keep secrets, right? We
Mhm,
we we
mhm.
say everything, and the only thing that is quote a classified secret is like a birthday gift, and that is it,
Right.
right? And so I think just changing the narrative now. I think we're in a position because now we're the leaders of the family. Now we're the next generation of that, is ensuring that we don't hamper those conversations, and that we're bold to have the conversations um, that going forward. So that's what I think in regards to the hush should matter.
Right.
That time
And
is
no,
over.
yeah, and knowing when to bring up the conversations, because although we say those are the conversations that need to be had, also don't use them as a weapon. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like bringing it up at the
Sure.
wrong time. Well, that's why such and such. Da, 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 da. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, you have to know when to have the conversations, be intentional about the conversations, and know that because we're having these conversations, like I said, it's going to help. And even if it's just knowing,
Yeah.
you
For
might
sure.
not ever deal with that, but just knowing is powerful in a sense. So,
Absolutely. And I think it's important that we do that self-assessment right before we try, like you said, not to use those things as a weapon. It's an opportunity to move on. And I think what is so important is that we are responsible for our own healing, though someone may have done something to us or contributed to that, but ultimately we're responsible for that healing, because that person may never come back and apologize. And so I'm not going
hmm
to continue to not go forward with my life and allow myself to be shackled to that hurt and that pain. I'm just going to learn how to kind of continue to work. Now it's not easy. Now I make it sound really see, but it's not, but it's something that I'm learning. And then also the key thing is just like having a forgiving heart, right? As believers, we can't expect to to enter the pearly gates, as they say, without forgiveness, right? I mean, we've done some things to offend,
Yeah.
and we want God to forgive us, and so therefore we need to extend the same. But that doesn't mean that in my forgiveness I have to allow you back in to continue your mess. That's what we work
Mm.
on, is to try to establish healthy boundaries. And so
Yeah.
that's something I'm definitely working on, is thing called healthy boundaries. So
Yes, yes, and being tactful with the conversations, when having the conversation, and realizing that, because a lot of times we put our family members or anybody important in our life, we put them on a pedestal,
mhm.
and we just think that, oh, such and such couldn't have been a drunk, they couldn't have done this, they couldn't be um dealing with mental issues. We put them on a pedestal as if they're not human. And it's like, no, this person, they lived life before you, and you make your mistakes in life. But the important thing is that when we come and have these conversations, that has changed. That person has changed, and it's like, I'm telling you these things so that you don't go down the same road, or so that whenever this situation arises, you know how to approach the situation. So, being tactful in conversation, but also um, realizing that the people that we look up to, they're human.
Yeah,
They're
that's
human.
that's true.
Because I think that we make that mistake of not seeing them as human. It's like, they gotta be human. you know.
Yeah, yeah.
If you pinch me, I'm gonna be like, ouch. If I pinch you, you gonna be like, ouch. We all live in the same life. We're all breathing the same air. We're going through the same things, just in
Hmm.
different scenarios. Um, so just remember that when having those conversations, when it comes to the hush of the matter,
Hush
and
of the
that
matter.
and that can go so
Yeah,
many ways.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, yes, yes. But definitely have those hard conversations. Um, have those conversations about your family history when it comes down to your medical history. Like, you shouldn't be at the doctor and they're like, "Well, does your mother have a history of heart attacks in her family?" Like, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. That's, I don't know. You just want to put a question mark there. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be like that. Like, you should know something.
Yes, you should know.
So have those conversations with your children. Find a way to have it and have those conversations, because they will pay off in the long run. So that was our first topic.
Okay, I'm
Uh
sorry. I
huh.
think I did
Uh
okay
huh.
on that one.
Yeah, you did good. You did good. Look, I be telling my guests, I'm like, y'all, it's a test that you can pass.
Well, it's not even that. I'm just honest. I'm really truly an introvert. So, I mean, the fact that it feels like it's just you and I talking
that
is
that
more it's
that's all
easier.
the
But
more
I know that
better.
there's folks watching.
That is all the more better. Yes, I like to keep it comfortable, casual, so that we get the conversation.
Yes.
All right, so I'm over here looking for my wheel again. Hold up. All right, here we go. Next topic. All right. Oh, y'all. Distractions and excuses. Look, y'all know I be talking about these distractions and excuses all the time. I'm going to just say today, I've been distracted all day. I'm not going to use it as no excuse, but I've been distracted all day. Ain't got nothing done today, anything. It's probably more of my personal um, feelings about it, but distractions and excuses. Let's see what you got for that.
Distractions and excuses. Well, I mean, that's those are real things, especially when you're trying to be purposeful about and intentional about the things that you do. So, trying to carry out this vision, I've realized like distractions come in so many forms
Mm-hmm.
work to your family to health. It could be a distraction. And so I think for me, what I've trying to be a little more intentional about the things that I do. the people that I let into my space, and then I really just try not to make any excuses, right? I mean, because truth be told, you know, you can make an excuse for about everything and not get to the next step. And so my notion is I'm not going to procrastinate. I'm not going to allow what is seemingly trying to slow me down. I'm going to keep pushing through. But I'm also going to be a little mindful that, there's going to be times where it will hit, and we'll get distracted, and you don't get, and I think it's, people like this, well, I think we kind of like A-type personalities. We're like kind of, let's get this done. And then when we are not doing it, we're like, I could have did a million things. But sometimes
Man.
you just need that pause and just kind of, allow yourself to breathe. And then for you to be able to continue to move forward. But yeah, there's plenty of distractions out there. There's distractions that, internally, right? Where I think one prime example is use this is so the notion of New York Fashion Week. I hadn't been in business that long. That the fact that it was the idea of it was presented, I was like, oh well, down the line that sounds like an amazing thing. And but internally I was just like, we're not ready. I don't want to put myself out there like that. And I went to church and heard this message about us being our own obstacle and distractions from where God wants us to be. And so I took the call, and it landed where it needed to land, and it was a great opportunity. So I would just say that distractions come whether internally or externally, and we just got to kind of push through them, and be forgiving when they do land and hit and slow you down a little bit. You just get up, dust yourself off, and keep moving. So that's all I got.
Yes. Y'all want me to tell y'all what the biggest distraction is in the world right now?
So I can tell you.
Social media.
Oh well, yes. You see,
Social media. Social media, like it is a rabbit hole. And I ain't gonna lie, that was my distraction today. Social media and sleep.
Well, I can't say sleep because we need it. Because sometimes we
No.
go so hard. We
No.
go so hard.
No. I can't look. I can't.
You
I can't get
You can't get those
myself.
out.
Because when I say I can take 3 or 4, 5 naps
Oh.
in a day, especially like right now, I'm not working, so it's easier for me to be like go in that room, see that bed, and it's like, I sure could take a nap right now. And that nap,
Yeah,
is about 2 hours.
2 hours.
And then I wake up and I'm like, man, I could have been doing this. I could have been doing that. I could have been doing so much more. So no, I can't. Yeah. Y'all, look, I've been talking about it in the last few episodes. That is a stronghold for me that I'm really trying to break, is that sleep.
Well, I'm trying to get some. So I don't really get
I'm
any.
getting enough for the both of us.
So.
Woo.
But it's like Crystal said, yeah, social media is a blessing and a curse. It is. Like today,
is.
I was on it, really trying to kind of build up, because I've been in that consumer mode for so long, and now I'm having to kind of switch the hat and try to learn it and try to get it out there. And so it's like it is a blessing and a curse, because I'm trying to connect with, making sure my stuff connects well, but then you start looking at other people's stuff, and then you start looking at other people's stuff.
And from there,
and now here you are. It's like, wait a minute, an hour has gone, and I could have been doing something else. So yeah,
man, and don't be sitting on the toilet.
It's both. It definitely is both.
Don't be sitting on the toilet. First of all, you don't need to be sitting on the toilet.
Legs and arms are getting up. That's not gonna work.
We on here like, okay, you need to get on. Why are you still on this toilet? You've been done 30 minutes ago. Like it's just too long to be on the toilet. But
you're too funny.
Hey, look, we need to be intentional about that social media time. I'm saying I really am mean me. I've been on it. The good thing of social media is I've been on it more to advertise more and things like that. So that's good. But
Yep.
just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling,
Yeah. Just yeah. Yeah.
it's just it's not it's not purposeful, you
No.
know. Somebody said that's their quiet time. Well, if it's your quiet time, utilize it for what you need it for. Just
Right.
don't
Right.
allow it to distract you from the things that you need to do.
Yes. That's for sure. For sure.
Okay, so we're gonna take the good, take out the bad. If it's good that you need it for the quiet time, kudos. You might need that 30 minutes on the toilet.
Oh, away from everything and everyone. Yeah.
Right, right. If you can. Yes, Caitlin, legs be numb.
Right.
Legs be numb. Get up and can't walk no more. You done been on the toilet too long. Yes, yes. See, yeah, yeah, y'all in there. You be scrolling too. I got proof. Yes, because I be sending you the mess. I be sending them to you. That's how you know when I'm on social media. Yes. So distractions and excuses. Let's get rid of the distractions. And stop making excuses. Because eventually those distractions become excuses as to why we're not getting things done. So, or why we, just fall asleep and take a whole 4 hour nap. Um, that was a thing today. If you, oh, somebody said if you have more than one child, it's necessary. I understand. I only have one, so I do not feel y'all's pain on that. Neither does Kanika.
No, no, he's what I call my man child. He's I,
Hello,
I
hello.
love the independence.
Hey, man,
Just need a little bit
that
more of
I
it.
I don't know. I don't. That doesn't resonate with me. I can't empathize with people with multiple children. I'm sorry. You know. Uh, Focus and dedication. Yes, let's turn the distractions and excuses to focus and dedication. Good
Absolutely,
observation.
absolutely.
Good observation. Yes. All right, we're gonna go to the to the next topic. Um, as y'all getting revved up in the comments, I see y'all. I see y'all. All right, next one. I gotta find a way to get to my wheel faster because I just, I'm a transitional person and it's giving not transition. All right. Okay. Well, this one's a good one. A letter to your young self. So, if you were to write a letter to your young self, what would that letter look like?
Oh wow. Um, I think one of the key things is that even though I feel like when I was young, I was adventurous in a sense. But I think I struggled with that self confidence piece, and so just writing to myself that you're enough, and to be even more bolder um, than you were.
Mm-hmm.
I think I definitely would say that, and then follow your instincts, right? I think we when we were young, we kind of second guess because of the crowd or just the situationalness. But I would definitely say that your instincts are right, um, and move accordingly. So don't second guess yourself. So I think those are the biggest things is you're enough, be bold, and
Mm-hmm.
trust yourself.
Yes. Because on that trust yourself, growing up, we not idolize, but we go with the flow of what everybody else is doing. And if our ideas are something different than what other people are doing, we kind of second guess ourselves in doing those things instead of like making our own path and being the what they call it, a trailblazer, where we,
Right.
we start we start the trend, being young, you're just influenced by, oh, well, such and such is doing this. I want to be like them. I want to be like this person over here. So I would definitely say, you know, branch out, do more. I would say to my young self to push harder. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I knew the things. Well, I didn't know half of the things inside of me that I know now, but just a little bit that I did know. I feel like if I would have pushed myself more, that I
Yeah.
would be even greater. Not just for the sense of, oh, look at me, but pushing myself as far as, for example, like if I would have, believe it or not, I didn't get into choir at school until high school, and I didn't get into choir until my junior year.
Mm-hmm.
But anybody knowing me, you would think that I was like in choir.
Right.
No, I wasn't. Like, I was in the regular choir, like when everybody had music, everybody was in choir. You know that. But when it came to me making a choice to be in choir, I'm trying to think. I think I'll take that back. No, everybody was in choir, so that's why I was in choir.
Right.
And but to make the choice to be in choir, I didn't get in choir until I was in 11th grade. So if I was to go back, I would push myself more musically,
Mm-hmm.
doing things like, being in choir, maybe taking up an instrument. I probably still wouldn't take up an instrument, but just
But you
because.
play though, like, but you play by ear,
But
right?
I play by ear, but I played, and I just said this on one of my other interviews. I played because it was a filler thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
The position needed to be filled,
Yep.
so I played. And luckily, by the grace of God, I have an ear for music, so it was somewhat easy. Cause I'm not gonna say it was easy, somewhat easy to pick up chords and things like that. So it wasn't a thing that I was just like aspiring to be a musician. I was just interested in singing, and that was it.
Mhm. Right. Right.
So, but my younger self, I would push myself to do a little bit more,
Right.
when it comes to music, like maybe being more interested in learning more about music, maybe getting actual vocal, uh, professional vocal training intentionally,
Right.
you know. So those are some things that I would have, told my younger self to push a little harder, focus, don't be so much on the boys, things like that, So I was a quiet one, but
Yeah.
not be on the boys. That's what I would tell my younger self.
I think I was too
You,
scared of boys, so.
you was too scared of boys. Oh no, I love some boys to the point that like I always had a boyfriend. We being transparent on here. I always had a boyfriend, and my grandma, I never forget it. She said, because if I wasn't with somebody, then if they broke up with me, I had a boyfriend the next day. So I always
Had
had
to
a
back
boyfriend.
up.
I've always had somebody. You know what I mean? So my grandma said, "I don't see how you do it." I said, "Do what?" And she said, "You just get your heart broken and then you're with somebody else. How do you do it?" Like, hey, it is what it is.
Oh my goodness.
But I would tell my younger self, stop being so focused on boys and things like that. You got a future ahead of you.
Right.
Focus on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get in more talent shows. Get in more. Yeah, I really didn't do a whole lot of that. I think it's because I was mainly in church all the time. That's what it was. So
Is that what we're gonna play?
I think that's what we're gonna say. Yeah, because we was in church all the time. I really didn't
I
like
mean, I
it.
was with you. I
It
was right
didn't.
there.
It didn't
We
interest
you was
me to like
3 4
be in
days a
other
week.
things. Yeah, it didn't interest me to be in other things. So I was just like, hey, I'm in church. But I had time for boys though. Um, oh Lord. But no, yeah. So yeah, that's something for the people in the comments for you to think about. What is a letter that you would write to your young self? I challenge you. What is a letter that you would write to your young self? Like literally, write a letter to your young self. Do y'all use paper and pen these days? Paper and a pencil. I'm gonna challenge myself this week. That's gonna be the challenge. We're gonna write a letter to our young self. Okay.
Yeah. I think that
And
could really be cathartic too, right? And address some of those things.
write a letter to your young self. I'm gonna ask y'all about this next week. Okay. And inbox me some of them letters. You ain't got to show me what the letter say. Just take a little, snap, boom, I did it. And I want to see who actually does the letter to your young self. Let me see what they're saying over here in the comments. I know they over here.
I don't know who that is. Yes, it is.
Let's see what y'all saying in here. I understand. Hold up, kept the boyfriend. Caitlin, leave me alone. I did. God has brought me a long way. I've been with my husband for 18 years. So, hey,
That's a blessing.
yes, I really need to do this for real. Let me see what y'all saying. Hey! Oh my God. I understand about pushing yourself more, and that's about whether when I started. Oh, when she started choir. Yeah, look.
Yeah.
You would have thought that I was in choir for a long time. But when I was in choir in fourth or fifth grade, I was chosen to go and represent my school. And I told y'all the story about being kissed by Nelson Mandela's grandson. I sang for him, things like that. Like I had stuff going on for myself. I don't know why I didn't push myself after fifth grade to do a little more, you know. But hey, we here though. We here. Um, Caitlin's still over here talking about me. Oh, they have one lined up, but the line is now a period. Period. Yes, big bro. Thank God. Yes. Oh man. All right. So like I said, I'm gonna challenge y'all to do that letter to yourself, to your young self. I'm gonna ask y'all about that, and I will post that on the podcast page. The challenge will be on the podcast page, so y'all can have a little reminder, a letter to your young self, and we're gonna talk about them letters next week. Okay. All right. Now remember, share this episode, like this episode, share the episode, and tag the podcast page to qualify for your opportunity to get a uh what are we raffling off, Lord Jesus? A little a package of whatever Queena puts in this package for New Style Fit. She is going to be the person that I am partnering with for the merch that is going to be coming out for the podcast. Let me take all of that off. Why do I got all of that on there? But she is going to be the person that I'm partnering with for the merch. So we have the Live for Tuesdays, and then we have the Walk by Faith, and all of this is going to be t-shirts and bags. T-shirts and bags. So this is your opportunity when the merch is ready for you to support the podcast. That's what the two logos are going to be. And you'll get more information on everythingtiffany.com on the new website where you can purchase the merch. Okay. So that is one way that you can give to the podcast. Do y'all get my drift of where we're going right now? We're about to go to this good old offering. But before we get to the offering, what I want Kanika to give some words of encouragement to people out there. First, I do want to say before you say your words of encouragement, um, rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yes.
That's all that's on social media right now. But I said that to say that know that people are watching you. If tonight was your last night, what would people say about you? What is it that you would leave on this earth for people to say about you? Is it good? Is it bad? Think about those things when you're living life. And as we said in the beginning of the show, it's not about you. It's about other people. So, not to put a downer on the show, but think about that. Think about that. That's all part of inspiration too, because we are inspirations to other people, whether it be good or bad. Because somebody can say, "Hey, I went and shot up the bank and did a bank robbery because I seen Kanika do it." You don't want people saying that about you? She did. She ain't robbed no banks or nothing like that. Now,
No,
I'm just
no.
using an
Yeah.
example,
Yeah.
okay? But no, I want people to be like I said at the beginning of the show. She is somebody that I look up to. I know that she's human too, though. But she is somebody that I look up to. I see the positive things that she's doing, so I'm like, if she can do it, I could do it. Whatever it is in life that you are doing, remember that. Remember your why. Remember that somebody is always watching you. And so, with that being said, go ahead and give them some words of encouragement.
Words of encouragement. So before I jump into that, I do want to say again, thank you so much, Tiffany, for having me on. I do want to gift one of your audience members something from Melanated Princess. Also, want everyone to follow, like, and share, and go buy Melanated Princess. Every proceed goes towards me supporting a young lady in their own endeavors. Um, so just my words of encouragement is, it doesn't matter the age, it doesn't matter your circumstances. Um, I've been through a lot. I've had health issues. I've gone through a divorce. I've, had just a lot of different things that happen. But as long as you have breath in your lungs, that's an opportunity for you to continue to go forward and do some great things. And don't be selfish about the things that you do. Be Aim to be a blessing, and the reward is going to be even greater and for me is when I see, my ambassadors shine. When I see, when I'm in the hospital, that all of my sisters show up for me. It's because of, me being intentional about the love that I share, and that the commitment that I make to people, and that, I'm loyal to a fault. But just show up, in your authentic self, and just continue to move forward, and be a blessing to others. So that's all I have.
Yes. Yeah, they in the comments.
Yes, I don't know who this is. I don't know if it's
Stephanie.
Stephanie, the one we went to church with.
Stephanie.
Oh wow! Hey, give her my number.
I will. Yes. All right, so y'all, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. It's time to give from your heart. And if you like what you see, give from your heart. Say it's time to give. All right, y'all. It's time to give. Time to give. If you'd like to financially give to the podcast, please do so. That Cash App is right there. Tips Tuesdays. If you'd like to financially give a different way, you can email me at tipstipstuesdays@gmail.com. So after the show, I need to see that y'all done gave something. Y'all, this is entertainment. This is inspiration. This is everything right now because we live for Tuesdays for their inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. I'm already hyped. I've been dragging around all day, but when I get on here, it's a whole different world. So, yes, if you'd like to financially give, please do so. It's right there on your screen. And as I've stated before, be looking out for merch from New Style Fit, Miss Queena. I think she said in the comments that she is going to be making a staff shirt for Crystal. You can at least get something, okay? When I actually do the competitions, I try to make it fair. So, she automatically gonna share everything. So I can't. So, all right. Y'all join us next week, same time. It will be today is the 22nd. Yes, it will be the finale episode for season 7. But we will be back for season 8. The marathon continues. Season 8, we will be back in October. So now just because we're on a break doesn't mean that Tips Tuesdays isn't still going on. So I need y'all to, in between season, share whatever content is put on the page. Let somebody else know about Tips Tuesdays. We're trying to get these subscribers up on YouTube. We're trying to get the subscribers up on the podcast itself. So we're still doing things. We just coming back fresh, hot off the press in October. So y'all make sure y'all tune in next week. Make sure that you share the show, like the show, this episode, like the episode, share the episode, and tag the podcast page for your opportunity for the raffle next week from New Style Fit. I'm gonna make sure I got everything before I go off of here. Once again, I want to thank my guest, my lovely, beautiful cousin, Kanika, for joining us tonight. And hopefully we'll get to see her again. And I hope that you had fun with us.
Yes, this has definitely been fun. Thank you so much. And, of course, I'm just reading the comments, and it's great. So I'm hoping to hear from Stephanie.
Yes.
In years. But no, it's
reconnections.
I thank you for that. And I'm going to do another plug. Join us at melanatedprincess.com or melanatedprincess_store at IG. Like and follow, share. Put the word out there, because every purchase goes towards helping a young lady to reach her full potential. So thank you again, cuz.
Yes. Anytime. I'm always, if I see that you post it, I try to share it, because I'm always trying to support everything that everybody got going on the best way that I can.
I would do the same.
Yeah. So, all right, y'all. We live for Tuesdays. Y'all have a great rest of y'all's week. Remember, share the show. And I will see y'all next week, same time. All right.
A little motivation.